Alright guys, it's 9:59. I have no idea what date it is. Right, so we're on our way to Falkirk to recycling establishment. So I always get a bit nervous when I do this. Well, not really, but it's just a bit, you know. It's quite a busy place, and it's quite a stressful environment. I think it's probably, so I'm going. It's 10 o'clock now, so I'll be there by half 10. So really, that's probably the best time to go. It would have been better if I'd been a bit earlier. But really, that's basically all I've really got to do today. It's part of tidying up the place, really. So, footpath closed. What a footpath! And let's get on with it. Yeah, let's get on with it. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's get on with it. Oh, there's council work is out today. Yeah. A lot of them out today. There's a guy out there clearing rubbish, which is nice. They sort of cut back on a lot of that sort of thing. How do I know that? Well, the place is fucking shit, isn't it? You can tell by looking. But, right. So, the world has gone completely mad. Yeah, I've got this woman arguing with me about the climate scam. She's totally believing it. And basically it's over a Scottish farmer post where they're getting so many hundreds of thousands to fight climate change, and it's all Orwellian. It's not truthful, it's not honest. And she believes it. Or she's either in it, like getting paid for it. Because there is people getting paid. I mean, shareholders get paid for it, right? So a lot of us ordinary shareholders, right? Okay. I mean, people do get shares, right? And they're profiting from it. But it's not something they probably really want. I certainly wouldn't want to do anything immoral. And then you go, well, having shares is immoral. Maybe, I don't know. So I'm sort of just trying to say how people do profit from the climate scam. Well, the farmers getting this money, to go and do things under this climate thing, which is just like another way of saying what they might have done anyway in a different. So it's about wildfires and things, to prevent wildfires and all this sort of shit. Wildfires. Do you know I should have put my summer hat on the day? I'm fucking hot. Yeah. So wildfires. If you don't clear the ground, you'll get wildfires, right? So then they can attribute everything to the climate emergency. That's what they do. They then go and attribute that to that, and that's just the mindset. So she's wanting evidence from me. They do that quite a lot. These arguments typically go a specific way, so I'm taking my time and answer, because she's now wanting evidence of the eminent scientists who do not believe that man is causing climate change. So it's that there is climate change. Now, which way do we go to get to Falkirk? We could go straight on. I kind of prefer to turn left up here. It's not a very good road, but going straight on is not very good either. We need to turn the aircon down. It's a bit. Yeah. I think I'll just turn left. Yeah. I mean, they've made it quite difficult to drive through Plain with their stupid speed humps. So she thoroughly is going to argue with me to a point that I've got to watch. What happens typically if you get too obnoxious with them, they'll block you. So I've got to try and work on that and try and keep them on the line, sort of thing. Right, aye, keep them on. D&J Sybil Bathgate. So it's try and keep them on, you know, on there, so you can laugh at them.
On the M8 heading west at junction 27, the Paisley turning after a lorry that broke down, and the A82 is closed.
I don't remember saying that.
At Clansman Hotel in Balcragan. That's because of an accident involving a van and a car. A look at Scotland's weather now. Today will bring spells of sun.
So it's all part of the grift. There was an option there asking me if I wanted that sort of thing. Yes or no, and I didn't. No, I didn't. Right, so we'll have a look at that later. I'll get my scientist to have a look at it. My scientist. Yeah, I mean, climate scam, eh? What a lot of shit. Who the fuck believes that? I mean, it's kind of, this road will be closed 24th until the 24th of August. I mean, most of these initiatives are based on lies, aren't they? I mean, you've got the lockdown was very suspicious. So it was like, it was it okay to talk about this? It was something that happened in China, and then they locked the whole country down. So it was a conservative government that did a budget that was a socialist budget. There's no mistake about that. There's no two ways about that. I remember the budget, and I thought, what the fuck? Because we'd had austerity before that. That was like cutbacks. So they have austerity, but then they're implementing net zero as well. So, yeah, right. So all these things are. Oh, somebody behind me, but I'm trying not to drive too fast. Well, we're doing 36. They had that. It was a conservative government. I've gone past this criticising these different parties. I think you're wasting your time with that. Yeah, I think they're all pretty much on the same wavelength. I think so, yeah. So what's happening now is they're just carrying on to persecute us. So the latest threat is they're going to take the older drivers off the road. Yeah, I can't believe that. That's actually, there's a lot of people who don't really understand that you could actually be signing somebody's death warrant doing that. But they don't think about that, do they? Because they're communists. So it could be that you take some old guy off the road. Like, if you're sitting there thinking from this is back to the Edinburgh, London viewpoint. The Edinburgh, London sort of, you think life is like that throughout the whole of the British Isles. So you take somebody off the road, you're destroying their life. But they're persecuting older drivers. So it's discrimination. So basically, what it is, the eye tests, if you can't see, you can't see, right? So they're just sort of like assuming that because you're older, you're not going to be able to see. It's not really much good going fast on this road. It's just too iffy. There's too many hazards on it. The hedges and everything, and you can't really see. So plus all the stuff I've got in the back. So the last thing I want to do is go flying down here like an idiot. You know.
And you can text us 83.
So. Yeah, okay. So now I'm sitting there thinking about, oh, have I got too much stuff? Am I taking too much stuff away? I'm trying to fly under the radar. So that's why I don't, when I'm going to this place, I don't like to, I don't even want to say what I'm trying to say. truck past there, aren't you? There you go. So we're heading towards the air stations up there on the left. We're heading towards the border. Yeah. Well, so you start looking into the ins and outs of what you can and can't. You know, the thing about this country you've got to remember is that to stand still, you need to be making something like 60,000 a year. So if you were to collect aluminium tins, I mean, it's like, how much are you getting per tin? Oh God, I would need like an articulated lorry full of tins, like every week or something, to even, I don't know how the maths works out, 65,000 a year. Jesus. Yeah. A lot of people dump here. You got to see a lot of stuff here. Right, so never mind that. Stop worrying about that shit. Right, this is a dodgy road. Right, it's no helping because these things are needing trimmed. No doubt that'll be part of their cutbacks. So yeah, we're all getting screwed over without a doubt. Yeah. That's just a natural thing. So I think what it is, what are you talking about screwed up? Well, there should be basic underlying realities that work, and that's what the government's supposed to do. You know, so you should have roads, health, welfare, you know, food, shelter, these basics. So that's what I'm moaning about, really, is there is an ability for people to become wealthy and all the rest of it, right? That's fine, but you can't have a system that the roads are all full of holes, you know, because you need to keep that. So you're taking money off motorists. The road tax argument, and I've been in this argument quite a lot on YouTube. I'm sort of sticking to it. It's not actually. You know, they changed it. I think it was Margaret Thatcher changed it. So it wasn't road tax anymore, it was a tax that got lumped into a big pot. But if we really got back to it being road tax and spend the money on the roads, because that's where you're getting all the money from, is from taxation of vehicles, well, motorists. You're not taxation, you're actually it's the human being that's got to pay the tax. Yeah, so now we're going over the M876 motorway right now. Sometimes I think of these videos, there's much point. I feel a bit chatty, I'll chat about things. So that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah. What's this Reginald Mole husband? The BMW? The big queue behind him. This road here's always been a bit rough. Isn't it? It's got a rough surface. Choosing a car, you'd be better choosing a pickup or something, wouldn't you? Or something with big tyres, something with big wheels. Because all this sort of thing will probably get worse. It's not going to get any better. So it's just that if you try and work out what's happened. I was talking to somebody on YouTube about the 50s and the 40s and, you know, how property prices have increased. So what we've got now is we've got these like pockets of middle class. See, if you watch Matthewson's auction, what was it called? Bangers. I can't remember what it's called. It's on yesteryear. Bangers for Cash or something. What's it called? This just seems to be where they sell the cars. Right here. If you watch that, they go around picking up classic cars. It's almost always middle class residential areas. People, elderly people selling off a classic car. Either because they're no well or something, or they just don't use it, or have had it for years, etc, etc. They're just starting to wind down before they die. And you see that if it Bangers for Cash, I think that's what it's called, Mathewson's. And so I think we've got these sort of pockets of middle class sort of neighbourhoods, people living in them with these quite nice surroundings, and we've got this madness around about the infrastructure. So that's what I see it going, is people living in these suburban, beautiful suburban surrounding, beautiful, well I don't know, yeah, wealthy, well off, pleasant, but they're dismantled. So the towns with the green communism. So somebody that came to Glasgow and been there for a year, and he noticed huge how it's going downhill. So cities are going downhill, towns and cities. So the green. So it's not solely because of the green communist policies. So that is a low clean air zones and pedestrian only precincts, low traffic neighbourhoods, all that green communist stuff. So that's coming from middle class numpties, middle class professors, middle class idealists. The ideology is coming from them. That's the type of people that don't actually live in these areas. They live in the middle class numpty land, and they are pushing all this stuff from the universities, the research, the Quangos. They're all part of the Quangos. So they push all that stuff, and what actually happens, there's other factors, there's the internet and everything, how it affected shops and things, but so that's all been changed. And well, you know what we could have done, we could have taken that clothes I've got in the car to the clothes shop. I fucking never thought about that. No, well, never mind. Yeah. I was just thinking the shop's up here on the left. So there, all these changes. So what's going to happen is you're going to have this utopia with all these numpties living in these suburbs. This has happened already. There's one like mine, except I don't think it's an exclusive. Has that already happened? Yeah, it probably has. Yeah, you got people living like that already. So the poor are going to land up. I mean, the welfare. I mean, it's like these people I know. They've never worked. They don't work. They haven't worked for years, 20 or 30 years. They've got brand new cars. They go on holidays. You know, they go on cruises and they go flying off on holidays. Why would you work? I mean, is this what this conversation is about? Because that's what we said about how many aluminium tins you would need to make £65,000 a year. So then why would MD bother doing it? That's why nobody does it. So that's why I'm the only person that does it. It's because I'm daft. Well, because I think I'm doing some kind of public service, tidying up. That's why. You know, I think it's partly why I'm doing it, yeah. Right, so we're turning left down here. Yeah. Watch what you're doing. Careful. Yeah, careful. South Karen furniture. So all the costs of these buildings, and that's what's a charity, isn't it? It's only charities can get around it. I often thought about becoming a charity or something, but I think it's too dangerous because the implications of stealing from a charity, you know, are pretty serious. So why would you steal from a charity? Well, you know, you could take something home or something. I think I just don't want to get involved in that at all. I think I've met a lot of people over the years that have done that have been involved with charities and have been, you know, taking stuff that they shouldn't be taking. So I think charities are pretty much, I mean, they are quite there's the prison bus. They are open to. Oh, there's a Volvo 740 estate. So no, I think it's better to avoid being involved in like that. That's why I don't like hanging around charity shops. The other thing, we're going to that subject now, is that because it costs money to get rid of stuff now. So a lot of people don't seem to realise that Drummond distribution, that when they give you stuff at the car boot, I often feel like saying, I hope you realise, because some of them go, they think that I mow them or something. There's a MG Rover in there. That I mow them something. In actual fact, it's £30 a ton. I don't know, how much is it to get rid of rubbish? I can't remember. It's quite a lot, £300 a ton or something, to get rid of household waste. Right, are we ready? We've got everything. Get it. See, we've got right. So thanks for watching this video. I'm gonna have to Global Harbour Recycling Limited. Wow. Right. So shouldn't be too busy, hopefully. Right. So thanks for coming along. We'll probably piece this whole thing together, but I don't do much. You can't really do any videoing in here. No, you can't. No, you can't. You just can't. So, thanks for watching. Bye. Bye. Oh, I've got fire extinguishers. Right, so thanks for watching.